Hello and welcome to Expansion Revolution Podcast. This is OJ Matiba. I'm a pastor at Hillview Church, and I have the privilege of bringing the Expansion Revolution nuggets every day of the week to your home, your office, wherever you are. This is going to be an inspirational moment where we empower you through tools from God's Word that can help you to enjoy the best life that God. Hello and welcome. Good morning to you, or good afternoon, wherever you are watching from. Thank you for joining us today. We are in our new series titled Lazy People versus Diligent People. We are assuming that in the world there are two types of people, lazy people and diligent people. So far we have been able to use the book of Proverbs, which is a rich document that has a lot of survey in terms of who is lazy and who is diligent. And I'm saying this is a dissertation that has been done long time ago to profile lazy people and diligent people. So far we are in Proverbs chapter number 12 and verse number 24, which reads, "The diligent will rule, and the lazy person would become a slave." And we have said this text projects the end of these two people, a lazy person and a diligent person, and it describes their end in two contrary pictures, that the other one will end up being a supervisor or an owner or a manager, and the other one will end up being a worker or a slave. And I think it is also key to recognize the word that is used here as a slave, because it means he who is forced to labor. In other words, lazy people end up doing things that they don't like. If you happen to find yourself in a profession, in an area that you don't like, maybe, I'm not saying every time, maybe that may reflect the characteristics of a lazy person, that you didn't take advantage of opportunities that were before you, and right now you have missed those opportunities and you find yourself doing something that you don't like because you don't have an opportunity in an area where you could have exerted a high effort. So what we did yesterday was to show you three important qualities of a lazy person. They are slow. Number two, they are deceitful. And number three, they have nothing to do. So what I want to do today is to look at the etymology that is used in the Hebrew word that describes a diligent man. Now, you would be surprised to recognize that the first implication of that word is it represents a miner. A miner, like the man who digs the trenches to find gold. And that word has therefore been used at a very strong connotative level to mean somebody who is a hard worker. So a diligent person is a person who works hard. Are you a hard worker? Do you put effort into what you want to do? So there's consistency in the effort that a diligent man puts to get the results. That's a hard worker, a person who works to get the results in what they do. So that's the first indicator that you are a hard worker or that you are a diligent man, if you can push hard on your projects. I mean, one of the interesting things for me nowadays is to see people who are lazy to push their own projects. You know, I understand maybe as much as that is wrong, but I understand when you are becoming lazy to push the ideals of other people, or maybe at your workplace or whatever. But when you are too lazy to even push your own projects, I don't know how to describe you. So it's important. We need to become diligent people. What does that mean? We are hard workers, and also in the modern world, a diligent person is also a smart worker. So it doesn't mean that we exert a lot of energy. It means you have divisive strategies of how to get more results with less input or smart input. So you are looking at low level of input with a high level of impact or high level of outcomes. That also entails being diligent. Number two is that diligent people are people who see value that an average person cannot see. That's what is deducted from this Hebrew word, because this miner digs so hard to try to find gold in an environment that when you look at the surface, you'd not assume there's gold below it. So diligent people know how to spot opportunities. They know how to see value that is hidden. When another person will be passing through the land and say, no, this is a forest, this is the bush, you can't do anything. A diligent person can look at that and say, I can create a mall here, I can take this and create a field, I can do this. They see opportunities that are hidden to an average eye. That's a diligent person. He's able to recognize the market that will exist 2 years from now from a place where no one can be able to project that. Now, what are you seeing currently? What opportunities are you seeing that are coming in the next future that average people around you cannot project themselves to? If you are able to see that, then you are a diligent person. You see value in a place while it has not, been graded to that value. As a matter of fact, look at all successful people that you might know, is that they have been initiators in their area where they specialize in because they saw value. They were the first to see value in that industry, and then they grew that value. And when the world rose up to that value, they were able to get more. Diligent people see opportunity, and average eye cannot see. And then number 3, diligent people are decision makers. When they see things, they make decisions on them and they push them as projects. Indecision is a characteristic of lazy people. Lazy people can take long over a decision, not necessarily that they are considering or inspecting or evaluating possible means that they can be involved for them to get the result, but that they are just stuck mentally in making a decision. But lazy people are quick at making decisions. They will rather fail with a wrong decision than stay in indecision to get the results. How are you making your decisions? I mean, for your projects, for your investments, for things that you need to do in your life. You might be lazy if you stay in decision. And if you are quick to make projects out of accuracy of or reflection on practical things, then you are a diligent person. Now, remember, I am not saying diligence means making quick decisions every time. No, you take your time, you do your study, and you find out the pros and cons, and then you make a decision. Am I in or am I out? Do I doing this project or am I not doing this project? God's plan of pushing us towards success is to use the decisions that we make to drive us towards our destiny. Hence, it's important that you make decisions about certain issues in your life. And may God grant you the grace to make good decisions that can cause you to get the results of diligent people as described in the Bible. I'm praying God's grace over your life as you face today. Make decisions that will make you better and your family. I love you. I'm OJ Matiba. Let's see you tomorrow. Be a diligent person. Make decisions and make sure that you see value where others don't see. And lastly, work hard and work smart. Be blessed.